How's it going, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another Stuff in Us video. Today we're doing something different. We're doing a movie review. Today we went over to the Red Rock Cinema and watched the movie together. Kimberly said she wanted to see the movie. I knew nothing about it, didn't know what it was about. From the title of the movie, I figured it was either something romantic, something scary, or maybe a little bit of both. I didn't look at any of the previews. I didn't look at anything else. I just knew the name of the movie. So I went into it 100% blind. Before we go any further, I'm going to let you know that we are going to be talking about the movie. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, spoiler alerts ahead. Anyways, the movie Together, basically it's a movie where the guy goes in the cave, or actually it shows the dogs going in the cave first. Yes. And the dogs drink this mysterious water in this cave, at which point this guy who owns the dogs finds them later in the barn, and the dogs have
like morphed.
Yeah, they've morphed together.
They fused.
Yeah, they've morphed together into one creature. And then the story goes on to basically the couple moves into the neighborhood. As with most horror movies, it's a relocation. They're in a new home, and then this starts happening. Before he drank the water, he actually saw the vision of the lady in the bed, right?
I think that was his parents. Because remember, he was traumatized, and then he was telling his girlfriend about
the smell in the house.
The smell in the house, and then that's where he went back and was talking about his experience with his parents. And I think that was his mother that he was talking about.
So his dad was dead, and the mom was just in bed.
That's what I took from, that eventually his dad died, and then his mom became like, that's how I took it.
That seems to make sense. If you go throughout the movie, it was like, I'm trying to figure out at which point I kind of figured out what was going on. For me, when I kind of figured out how I kind of put the pieces together, when she went to visit the other teacher at his house, and there was a photo of the two men in the photograph. When I saw it, I thought it was interesting because the photo, or the guy that we were presented as the teacher, seemed like he was a perfect mix of the two people in the photo. Essentially, that's what the movie was about, is this gentleman was part of a cult or a church of some sort, and they were all about you finding your other half because they believed you were separated, and then it was your goal in life to find the other half so you could become one and to become like the ultimate being with the two halves together again.
Do you think that she was not affected as much as he was because she didn't drink out of the pond? But I mean, she drank the water, didn't she, out of the water bottle?
Initially was the water that they had with them
in the water
when
bottle.
They first came into the cave. So he was actually the only one that drank the water, which, like you said, which is maybe why he had all of the adverse reactions, because when she was driving, he had like all the motion sickness effects, and he was always the one that was trying to get closer to her. Yeah. So I think in a sense that's a possibility, because he is the only one that drank the water.
But I thought maybe he filled the bottle with the water after he drank.
He did fill it after.
And then he gave it to her.
They showed him filling it, and then I think it cut to the next. They had already progressed, and they were already coming out of the cave at that point.
Because he was the one that was being accused of being crazy for a while, and
I think it definitely had to do with him drinking the water. I think it would have, because when you look at the opening scene, going back to the dogs, when they both of the dogs drank the water, and both of the dogs were kind of like in a trance.
They were like zoned in.
They were like both in a trance, staring at each other. Whereas with him and her, felt like more of the time he was the one who was kind of in a trance. He was the one who was kind of like being possessed when he went to the school, when he showed up at the neighbor's house and he was in the bushes. He was always the one being like driven towards her.
And not remembering.
Yeah, not remembering. The only time where she was the one kind of seeking him was in the hallway when he woke up in the middle of the night and she was like doing backflips and all that weird crap.
That was cool.
It was kind of cool. Through the hallway. And then towards the end, when she was getting pulled towards him outside of the house, when she like did a backflip over like the log or whatever.
Way
cool. Kind of cool. Yeah, I thought they did a really good job. Whoever did the visual effects for the movie, I thought was really good. The way that they like were merging together, how his hand was like going in her skin.
Yes.
The eyeballs connecting was really cool.
The bones contorting and just having the vision of how that would look. I mean, It was great.
Everything looked really good. There was a lot of times where you're kind of watching and you're like, oh, this is like,
Yeah.
you know, because it's like kind of gross the way bones are breaking and things are merging and it's like it was kind of gross. Some points were kind of like, ugh, but definitely good. Whoever did the visual effects and the makeup, you know, you did a really good job on that. At one point, the lady punched him in the face. The teacher, the neighbor teacher, she punched him in the face, and then he kind of like, his head looked like it was gonna like separate it into two heads. But then in the end, the couple decided that they were going to mesh into one. And then at the end of the movie, parents came to visit.
Was it the parents? Who were they?
Yeah, those are her parents. Those are her parents
Those
who
were
were
her
coming to visit.
parents?
Yeah, because prior to that,
Oh, yes!
she kept saying
Because
"My
they
parents are
needed
gonna
to come
visit me."
for dinner
Yeah,
or
the parents are
something.
gonna come visit me.
Now, okay, I have a question. The people in the cave, how come they didn't like morph into a perfect being like the other?
So my theory on that is that they just weren't a perfect match. The main thing the guy stated was that when you find your perfect match, that's like the goal is to find your perfect match so that you can become like one. My only assumption is that they weren't a perfect match, and it's the reason why they couldn't merge together. They were incompatible. That, or they didn't fully embrace each other, because at one point there was a knife in the neck of that creature, this person that emerged in the cave. There was a knife in one of their necks.
Oh, so one already tried to commit suicide.
So I think the one
That's
person
where he got
tried,
that idea.
So I think the one person tried to kill themselves, and then they merged together, but
I don't know.
it didn't solve the issue. So I don't really know. That is a question.
That was like, so let me know what you guys think about that, because I'm like hung on that. I'm not sure what's going on.
The teacher, he said that, you know, they were a perfect couple and they mushed together, and then these two other couples they mushed together and they're fine. So I don't know, really interesting. But yeah, overall, the movie I thought was pretty good. Would just say 1 thumb, 2 thumb, no thumbs, 2 thumbs down, 2 thumbs up. I give it 2 thumbs up. I liked it. I thought it was good. New concept, which was good. Kept you on the edge of your seat. You know, from what I remember, I've never really seen a movie that kind of dealt with the subject of, you know, merging two people together to become one. I may be wrong. Maybe you guys can tell me. Maybe there has been another movie like this. The only one I can think of is maybe like the Body Snatchers movie, or one where someone possesses another body. But as far as taking two separate bodies and then merging it to become one living creature, don't think I've seen it before.
The substance.
Well, it was a little different.
They formed.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Now, I definitely recommend it if you want to go check it out. It's in movie theaters now. It's been in theaters now for probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks. So depending on how it's doing, it might be on the way out. We went to an afternoon matinee showing, and we were 2 of 4 people in the whole theater, so maybe on its way out. If you don't have a chance to catch it in the theaters, definitely check it out when it comes on, you know, YouTube or Netflix or Amazon or wherever, you know, the movies that you watch come out on. All right, guys, well, hopefully you liked this video. Hopefully it was entertaining. If you liked the video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit the bell so you get notified every time we put out a new video and maybe possible future movie review videos.
Yeah.
All right. So until next time, guys, see ya.